So just a handful of races still to go. This and 3 others. Let's have a look at the senior road tax grid for race 2. Luca Lystra will lead from pole position ahead of Darius Nitu. Luca Thiel in third ahead of Luca Köster. Zeno Kovac and Linus Hensen ran out the top 3 rows ahead of Zombor Kovac, Lucas Thompson, Lucas Hartmann and Nick Cuppens, who rounds out the top 10. Giuseppe Fico, Marek Wirtz, Max Busch, Bastian Balaj, Andrei Petropoulos, Lucas Vavajanak, Adrian Dobric, Kian Agassade, Denny Bount and Morris Schmeis rounded out the top 20 ahead of Luisa Kehler, Philip Keskik, Milan Ritter, Jan Heinen, Bennett Ahrens, Finn Stiak and Lasse Reinhardt. The latter 2 actually didn't finish the race earlier on today, but quite a few drivers suffered from front-fairing penalties, which included Zombor Kovac, included Max Busch. The 362 was also in there, and that was Kian Agassade. The 335 also got a time penalty. That was Adrian Dobric. Luisa Kehler also got a penalty, and also the 310 of Moritz Schmeis. The 333 of Linus Hensen actually got a 5-second time penalty post-race for pushing. The 312 of, let's just have a look here, 312 of Lucas Thompson also got a 5-second pushing penalty. And the 310, Moritz Schmeis got a 5-second time penalty. So, in addition, a total of 10 seconds added to Moritz Schmeis' time at the end of that race. But we have one more 14-minute plus an additional lap encounter to go this weekend. And at the minute, Luca Lystra will be the one that will be thinking, well, hang on a second. I didn't expect that. Stranger things have happened, Mr. Lystra. But we do go into our final race of the weekend for these drivers. So now it's all down to who is going to be able to tame the wet weather conditions here in Mülsen. Will it be Lystra? Will it be Nitu? Will it be Thiel? How will we see Linus Hensen recover from this one? Well, all bets are off, and it's time once again to go racing. The rainfall has stopped, but the track is still very, very wet, very saturated in places. There will be standing water, and it will catch drivers out. They exit out of the final corner into the tram lines. The revs start to build. Are we ready? False start has been called as we've got someone round 180 degrees the wrong way. Oh my goodness. That was a bit of a moment as we've had a bit of a drama coming through turn 3. Turn 2, someone else has spun around and is trying to get back going. Oh my goodness. Red flag has been called. And I'm not at all surprised about that decision there. So, second red flag of the day. So we're getting things back underway after the red flag stoppage, which means it will be a full restart. I did see that Bastien Barlage's car was being pushed by the driver down the pit lane. So Bastien Barlage would be starting 14th. However, at this particular moment, that could very much be a different story altogether. So Luca Lystra and Darius Nitu getting things a lot closer now, and it will be a case of getting the right start this time. As the field now starts to concertina and close up in their ranks, 2 by 2. Senior Rotax race 2 on Sunday, about to get underway, hopefully with the second time of asking. Red lights on the starting gantry. The revs start to rise. Are we ready? Lights are out. We are off and racing. And Darius Nitu gets in behind and goes over the curbs and manages to get past Luca Lystra, but then runs wide going through turn 2. Lystra retakes the lead, but then all of a sudden Darius Nitu storms his way past the Belgian. There's been a turnaround, and that is one of the Sodi carts, I think. Not too sure. I think that could have been maybe Can Agasade. It looked like a double 3 at the beginning of that race number. But Luca Lystra got jumped, quite literally, by Darius Nitu, who went into the turn 1 right-hand kink and got into the lead. Lystra went back at him, and then all of a sudden Nitu decided, well, I'm sorry, 2 can play at that game, and Luca Köster looks to be up in P3. Past Luca Thiel in the 399. We're about to come around to complete lap number 1, and it is Darius Nitu in the 303 that leads the way. Luca Köster, a race winner at this track last season in the wet. As Nitu keeps ahead of Lystra for the moment. Linus Henson looking to go up the inside of Luca Thiel, who's in his own right, going past Luca Köster, and Köster manages to keep it pinned whilst going nigh on sideways when hitting the throttle coming out of turn 2 when he was being run wide. And there goes Luca Thiel up the inside, but then Köster gets a real good run. He went round towards the outside of turn 4 to Luca Köster and decided to just mash the throttle to the floor, and all of a sudden he got past Luca Thiel, last year's runner-up in the championship standings, and now things are really heating up as Zsombor Kovac is passed by Linus Henson. So Henson already up from 6th up to P3 and closing in on the 2 in front as Luca Lystra now back in the lead of the race. Bastien Barlage has, there was a drama there for Linus Henson, and that was coming through the penultimate right-hander, so that's allowed Darius Nitu and also Zsombor Kovac to get back past. 11 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. Henson round the outside before they've even hit the apex of turn 2. He's gotten past in one fell swoop Zsombor Kovac and Darius Nitu, and he's literally done the School of Zen, and now he's gone past Lystra for the lead. But then Lystra gets back past, through up the inside through turn 5. Well, my goodness, Linus Henson continues to stone the crows here in RMC Germany. Wow, wow, wow. He just literally planted it round the outside. He got past Kovac and Nitu like they were standing still, and now he's gone for the lead and he's got it. Once again, Linus Henson, he has a moment coming out. Now, he put the power down. Now, he was looking to his right to see what was happening. But this means that Luca Köster has gotten the lead back. Zsombor Kovac in second, but Henson back up the inside to retake second position through on lap number 4. He's trying to put on some kind of showcase for the people watching in the grandstands at the minute. Oh my goodness me, Linus Henson is at it again. He's keeping us guessing. 3.5 minutes down, 10.5 to go, plus an additional lap. Oh, well, if that's a sign of things to come from Linus Henson, playing a strategy game here. I don't want to count him out at all. He is the reigning and defending champion after all, and now he closes in. And look how close he got to Lystra and back through again. He got through this time, and here comes Zsombor Kovács up the inside of the Belgian to retake second position, but Lystra and also Darius Nitu are closing in. Giuseppe Fico's had a whirlwind of a race. He's up into P7. He's just been repassed by Luca Thiel, and I'm sure he won't mind that, but Luca Thiel trying to get past Luca Köster. And Köster making the 366 from Kraft Motorsport as wide as humanly possible. But then Luca Thiel gets past, and so does Giuseppe Fico in the process. 9 minutes and 20 plus 1 lap still to go. It's going to be one of those races where we're going to have to keep on guessing who's going to do what and when are they going to get past who. And not if, but when is the move going to happen. And here is Luca Thiel looking up the inside of Darius Nitu through the penultimate right-hander. Can't get past, but then there goes Giuseppe Fico up his inside. And then Thiel returns the favour through the final right-hander. Lead between Henson and Zsombor Kovács now extended to 1.05 seconds. Now here is the battle for what is fourth on the road. And there goes Giuseppe Fico and Luca Thiel. Giuseppe Fico is now up into a genuine fourth place. The way that him and Luca Thiel were just swapping positions, and now, of all people, he's trying to get past Luca Lystra. Lystra sees him, pulls along to the left, and then shuts the door before they hit the right-hander. Oh, that's cheekiness personified there with Luca Lystra. Through the final corner, Luca Thiel retakes the position away from Giuseppe Fico, who gets back into the slipstream. Now, Fico and Thiel up into 5th and 4th respectively, and they both get past Luca Lystra, who now drops to 6th position. Here's Luca Thiel up the inside of Zsombor Kovács. This is for 2nd place. And Kovács not really giving much of a fight. This means that Giuseppe Fico can close in to Luca Thiel if he gets past Zsombor Kovács. The move looks to be on. Kovács looks to his left and then to his right. Giuseppe Fico trying to go up the inside through into the penultimate right-hander, but then gets a real good run out of the penultimate turn, goes through into P3. Giuseppe Fico running with the Italian tricolore as part of his helmet design. So Giuseppe having Italian heritage, but very much born and bred here over in Germany. Jan Heinen out of the race before it even got him started, and we have another casualty out of the 27. We're down to 25, courtesy of 3G Racing's Lukas Vavajanak in the 369, who retired on the 6th lap of racing. So we're fast approaching 6 minutes of the 14 of this race remaining, plus also an additional lap on top of that one. So Linus Henson leads from Luca Thiel by just over 1.5 seconds. Giuseppe Fico rounds out the top 3. Zsombor Kovács, Luca Lystra, Darius Nitu. Maurice Schmeis has got past Luca Köster for 7th position. Milan Ritter and Lucas Hardman rounds out the top 10 places. Nick Cubbins drops a couple of places because he's dropped behind The 3:29 of Bastien Barrage and Bennett Ahrens in the 3:27, respectively filling 12th and 11th position on the running order. Zino Kovac and Andrei Petropoulos get past Philip Keskik in the 3:63. Lasse Reinhardt past Max Busch, Luisa Kehle past Kian Agasade. We've got just over 5 minutes of the Senior Rotax race weekend, plus an additional lap to go. And at the moment, Linus Henson trying to strike away into the distance, puts in a 56.609. Bastien Barrage in 12th is the driver with the fastest lap. To his credit, a 55.653. And one of the biggest things is that with the rain not having fallen for quite a time, there is a dry line around the circuit. The circuit has dried up rather quickly. Now, considering the drivers were running in the 50.3s at the sharp end of the grid in the first race earlier on today. So there is Luca Thiel. A little bit further. Well, I think that is... No, that isn't Luca Thiel. That is probably going to be, I would say, Maurice Schmeis, possibly. But there is Linus Henson. There's Luca Thiel. And there is Lucas Thompson in the 3:12. So Vagenac has retired. Lucas Thompson, the last driver circulating out of the 25 from 27 that started this race just over 10 minutes ago. Milan Ritter drops to 10th behind Bastien Barrage, and Zsombor Kovac and Luka Lystra 5th and 6th respectively. Battle for the lead. It was 0.6 of a second last time round. It is less than that as they come into the double right-hander, and Henson runs a little bit wide going through the corner, and there goes Luca Thiel. Up the inside, they get past Max Busch in the 3:13. And also Lasse Reinhardt, I believe, has just gotten out of the way in the 3:02. So Luca Thiel now takes the lead on lap number 10. And lap number 11 that have been completed so far. We're into the last 2 3/4 minutes, plus an additional lap of their race weekend. Next up, it will be DD2 Masters. DD2 and then DD2 Masters before the Deutsche Elektrokart Meisterschaft closes out the show here in Mülsen. So one kart by the side, and that looks to be, Zino Kovac, I think, has dropped out of this race. The 3:79 from Hungary. Maddox Wirtz also looks to have the blue circle alongside him on the timing screens. Zino Kovac has ended up retiring, and Maddox Wirtz will be the 4th retirement in rapid fire succession. So 1 minute and 45 seconds still to go in this race, plus an additional lap. And now Luca Thiel has gotten away from Linus Henson and has set the fastest lap of anybody on the previous tour, 54.788. Thiel is leading away from Henson, and it will be the way that Luca Thiel will be happy to celebrate a race victory after a drought after last season, where he took the runner-up spot behind the man that is trying to keep chase. But at the moment, with just over 1 minute and a quarter remaining plus an additional lap, Luca Thiel is moments away from taking the victory in race 2 here at Mülsen. Maurice Schmeis now completes the top 3 ahead of Giuseppe Fico. It looks like Max Busch is still running. Lasse Reinhardt in 22nd position behind Lucas Thompson in the 3:12. As the timer now hits 45 seconds on the clock remaining. Luca Thiel has gotten away, and gotten away well. His gap, his lead between himself and Linus Henson now stretches to 2.185 seconds. He's got a couple of back markers to contend with up in front. So crosses the line and sets a personal best and the fastest lap of the race. 54.479. His gap to Linus Hensen, who just had a 56.974 second lap time around this 1,315 metre circuit. That gap has now been extended to 4.4 seconds. And now the timer hits 0. One more lap after this. We're on lap number 15 out of 16 for Senior Rotax. Race 2 on Sunday. And Luca Thiel has got probably the best part of just over 1,700 metres. That's 1.7 kilometres to circumnavigate. So Luca Thiel comes round the final corner. One more lap remains. He gets his head down. He's got the sign that he needs. As looks like a few drivers have started dropping. Zsombor Kovac has started dropping down to around about 19th. He was in the top 3 at one point. He was even battling for the lead. So Zsombor Kovac might have decided, you know what, I'm going to save myself ready for the Euro Trophy in a few days' time. But Luca Thiel is just making sure he gets home, and he's got the 3.31 of Luisa Keller just up ahead in 15th. And then Nick Cuppens next on the list. Luca Thiel gets past. And there is Andrei Petropoulos, I think, in the 3.01 just up ahead. Well, it's all said and done, and it's put in the bank. And there we go. The celebration starts for Luca Thiel, who wins race 2 here on Sunday in Senior Rotax. Finchdiak 13th out of Nick Cuppens and Luisa Keller, who ran out the top 15 positions. Linus Hensen closes the gap to 3.259 seconds at the end of 16 laps of racing. Maurice Schmeis and Giuseppe Fico ran out the top 4 positions. Bastien Barlage in 5th place. Lucas Thompson rounds out the top 20 behind Philip Keskik, Denny Bount, Adrian Dobric and Kian Agasade. Luca Lystra and Milan Ritter round out the top 7 positions. Luca Costa 8th. Lucas Hartmann 9th out of Bennett Ahrens, who rounds out the top 10. And despite an early initial great showing from Darius Nitu, he finishes 11th ahead of Andrei Petropoulos. The last of the 22 runners and riders that finished the full 15 laps, Lasse Reinhardt and Max Busch. Zsombor Kovac retires on lap 14. Manax Wirtz on lap number 11. Zino Kovac lap 10. Lukas Vavajanak lap number 6, with Jan Heinen not even making it to the start, but rounding off his weekend in style and winning ways, Luca Thiel from JJ Racing.